Hey guys, welcome to your 2013-2014 Joe Ballas fantasy basketball predictions. This is always the most watched video of the season because everyone wants to know how I feel about them because my opinion is it means so much. Well, not really. You guys saw the last couple preview videos I've done. I've been wrong. I think I'm only like 2 out of 4 on who makes the playoffs and whatnot. Um, but it was good anyways. So this is hard to do. This was specifically a very tough one to do. And what I think, well, because this league has grown so much, and everyone's so full fledged in it. We're a very close group for the most part, and we really put a lot of energy into the basketball for some reason. It's just I don't know what it is, but the basketball draft and the at least the first half of the season is pretty. It's involved. It's very good. It's a lot of competition, and usually everyone drafts a pretty solid team, and for the most part that was the case. I have to showcase the Stojakovic jersey again, as it is a tradition, a classic, and we always have to pay tribute to our man Peja. So, anyways, I was thinking of naming my team Vera Heyo instead of like Vera Zhao or Dang It. Anyways, you guys don't get that, but all right, here we go. Again, this was tough to do, and what I think what's going to happen is and now there were teams that drafted really well, but I don't think they might not finish all good that great. And there are teams that I don't think drafted very well, but I think they will, and that's just a manager thing, and we'll talk about it. I think we're going to wind up with a couple sections. We're going to have a few teams that are going to be in their own bracket, like the 11, 12 win teams. I don't think we're going to get any discrepancies. There's going to be no. I don't think anyone's going to surpass 14 wins or anything like that. It's going to be tough. And then the bottom half, there's going to be no one bad, but you might get a lot of 6, 7, 8 win teams. So I think there's going to be the share of victories this year, and that's good. I mean, it's going to be competitive. It's never. No one said it was easy. So let's try to get right to it. Um, I will do my projected regular season finish, and that's what we're doing. We're not doing playoffs yet, but projected regular season finish. So typically the top four is just playoffs. It's hard to predict the seedings and stuff. Especially, I mean, even the 5 through 10, it's hard. But all right, here we go. Number 10, I did some good notes on you guys. We have, this was I have to start out, and I'm sorry, but I have to start off by saying I don't think it's almost a disgrace putting this person at number 10 because I don't think he really belongs here, and his team is not bad. It was drafted okay. I mean, um, but this is a team that's he had a rough couple last seasons, like just going back in the collective years. And but he's a consistent owner. He's been good. It's just he's been in a rough patch, and I do not think he has the worst team. I will say who I think has the worst team in a sec, but I'm gonna have to put number 10, and I think he's got a lot on his plate right now. But good stuff. Is Mr. Francisco Jimenez, and I'm sorry, but or chicks dig Eric E is what they say. I think Durant, obviously Jefferson, they're going to be solid. Jefferson in the new systems is going to be really good. Um, the bench, yeah, okay, I don't know. It is questionable, And I think you're going to get more double doubles with assists, more likely. You have Nash, you have Vasquez, you have Rubio. Those guys, they're not big, huge stat filler uppers, but they can contribute, especially in the assists. They'll do a lot of good things for you. So, I mean, other than that, though, it's hard to find certain strengths. Wade's a little old. And yeah, I mean, there's some decent players there, but I have to put him at 10, and that's not so much to his team or his draft. It's more of he might be really busy, but we'll figure we'll talk about that later. Um, Number 9, this is a tough one too, and he's gonna hate me for this, but I have to pick my own brother, Mr. Andrew Thayer. He I have to give him props. He had a better draft than he's had in the past few seasons. He maybe he did some research, but um, for not he traded the two keepers for Burt for Derrick Rose, and I think that was a good overall move because right now he's got Lillard, Gasol, Josh Smith, Drew Holiday. Those are a pretty good four guys. There's no like number one Durant, LeBron guy, but they're good. They're good players. And behind that, Derek Favors. He's projected to be good this season, and he has a lot of upside. So that will be one of his things. I think Monte's gonna kill his percentage. Gonna kill everything, honestly. Uh, Jeremy Lin, that's very questionable. You need a couple of 3-point guys. You might. That's gonna be a tough spot. Steals look good, and there's going to be some wins, but it's definitely better than one victory. So, and I think it's just there's low breakout potential, and we need some proof that Mr. Thayer can rise. And for right now, we're going to have to put him here until he can show that he can climb up the rankings. All right, number 8. And this is where this guy has the worst team by far. It's not even close. I'm sorry to say it, but Mr. Michael Caldwell, the Black Hand, and you gotta change the name. It's just bad mojo right now. um, but he's gonna finish in 8th because that's Michael, and he will find a way to finish in 8th. And he's not finishing in 7th. He may have upped his average position in baseball, but this year there's no way. He 8th is as high as he goes because he lost a lot of picks, which puts him in a hole, and he's trying to make something happen. Um, and he's going to have to rely on Michael Carter Williams, a lot of young guys, which could work in his favor. I'm not counting him completely out of this. Oladipo, Mo Harkless, Barnes, these guys are young. Um, you know, they could do some good things. It's just the unknown. He's not too strong in any specific area, but could grab some double doubles here and there. Obviously, Dirk is a little old, but Dirk, Greg, Horford, that's some 3 big men, I guess you could say, and Dirk is kind of like a hybrid almost, the way the stats should show at least. Um, but with Kobe out, JR out, 2 missing roster spots, please pick up 2 guys for the week. He hasn't done that yet. So Michael, 8th place. 7th, I'm gonna have to take the one of the duos, who I think will be decent, but I don't know. There's just some question marks. Braden and Rich. Yeah, I know a duo. You guys were like, yeah, on that one, but so yeah, Red Mamba on the loose. I like Wall. I like Harden. Did it? I mean, everybody loves David Lee and Darren Williams. That's a good core 4. Gonna shoot a lot of high percentage. That's great. Field goals, they're gonna get a lot of those. Threes off the bench, I like. The stats. I mean, the stats look good. But we just don't know. It's the Bogut. It's a question mark, big time. And we have to at this point. Zeller could be a factor. If Zeller plays well, this team can rise. There's a lot of bright spots, but I don't know that it's gonna take some time for Rich and Braden to kind of mesh together and figure out how these things are going to work. That's why I have him in seventh. It's not bad, but they're definitely going to win their share of games. And you can't be taken lightly. All right. And number six, this might be really high, and he might not deserve to be here, but by far, and you guys can say what you want, but he had, well, whether he had the best draft or not, his team is the best. Okay, on paper, yeah, it has to be. Kyrie Irving, Klay Thompson, Rudy Gay, Zach Randolph, Tony Parker, DeMarcus Cousins, David West, Kemba Walker, Tyson Chandler, Eric Gordon, Carlos Boozer, Marcin Gortat, DeMar DeRozan. I mean, that's Matt Ramirez. There's no weak spots. There's and almost every category. Rebounds, he's going to get a lot of. Double double, he's going to get a lot of. He has a lot of minutes, ready to be played. He's going to need some blocks, assists, and steals, but that's not really what he drafted for. If he keeps his team the way it is and doesn't screw it up, he could have a very, very dangerous season. So, but I can only put him in sixth because of what he's done in the past, and there's no proof yet. So, but the team on paper is very solid. Team buckets. Number five, gonna have to take the other duo. Yeah, and that's one step up from where you were last year. You had where are we here? Eric E likes men. Davis, you're gonna need some big production out of. On paper, with the projections, you guys drafted really solid according to the projections. I've noticed that. This Steele's good. Griffin's a beast. We know that. Drummond is going to have to step up, and he very well could. But questionable depth. Marion, Ben McLemore, DeAndre Jordan. Don't know about those guys. But fifth is as far as I could put you for right now. But they're definitely knocking on the door, and that's pretty good. And then the playoffs, got to be quick here, but 4, 3, 2, and 1. 4, I'm only putting him in Mr. Eric Yee. I actually don't really like his team. I don't, but that's just me. And he thinks he has the best team, but like but it's Eric. He's gonna find a way in the playoffs, and that's why I'm putting him in here. Okay, he could win the league. I don't think he's gonna get first in the regular season, but he's a playoff team because it's Eric, and that's whether you like it or not, that's the reality. A Teague of their own, he calls himself. Good defensively, going to get a lot of threes. A healthy Love will help. Amir Johnson could be really good value, and but Batum and Ibaka, those keepers need to produce. I really like. It's going to be questionable. Joe Johnson's ancient. He says it himself at shooting guard, and you're going to need some big production out of Splitter, Reggie Jackson, Jimmy Butler. Jordan Hill, Jeff Green has some upside. So those guys are going to be the key. I'm not sure if I like them all together, but it's Eric's a playoff team, and I think he's proved that now. Third, I'm going to take myself. I obviously think I can win the league again, but I'm going to put my third in the regular season. I'm well balanced all over the place. Percentages are good. Have scores. Have versatile players. I might consistent rebounds. We'll see about that. I got a lot of big men that don't really rebound very well, and then Iguodala, we don't know what he's gonna do. So third, as it is. Second, I'm gonna take Drew. I don't think he has really the best draft, but he has LeBron and he has Dwight. High field goal percentage, is gonna get a lot of minutes. Point guard's questionable. Calderon's kind of a starting point guard. KG was a great late pick, and he has a lot of guys who can chip in. So there are some good things that Drew could do this year, and I don't think he's going to quite fall out of that race. And then number one, I'm going to take Burt, and I don't think Burt had a great draft at all. He had a lot of auto picks. That's rare. Draft issues for Burt, that's rare. Curry, Vugasevic, that's not how you say it. Rose. I like those guys. Sanders going to get a lot of blocks, Beal a lot of upside. A lot of guys that can rebound, shoot from three. Larry's the main blocker. I don't know about Turner. Jonas needs to have a big second season, and of course Reddick too. So, but that's all I got time for, guys. Thank you for listening. Good luck to you all, and let me know if you have any questions or comments or anything. Thanks.